These blacks.
Oh, something. Do you feel that? Oh, something. Do you feel that?
One thing about it, you can't tell people what to be offended by and what not to be offended by. Everybody laughing until it's their family member that get murdered. Then it ain't funny. Then it ain't funny when it's your family member. It's funny when it's everybody else's family member, and it's cool when it's everybody else's family member. When it come to your doorstep, you want everybody to feel a certain way. See, I rode for my brother. Didn't take a dime from nobody. Risked everything I had going on in real time. No cap, no lies. 29 different states marching for my brother. Didn't take a dime from nobody. Every dime they tried to pay me, me and Q gave back to the community. Wherever we went, we gave it back. So you can't tell people that risk things and that really love somebody to feel a certain way when he's disrespected. Clown shit. Y'all keep laughing though.
Again, it is not a laughing matter. We are here today to call your attention to the fact that an egregious, disgusting joke was made about George Floyd. Here we are about to memorialize George Floyd for year 6 after his brutal murder at the hands of the Minneapolis Police Department. Our community is still experiencing grief and trauma. We have young people in our community who were children at the time. They're now teenagers, still dealing with the impacts of the police killing of George Floyd. And instead of allowing our community to grieve in peace, to celebrate George Floyd in peace, we have Netflix comedians making light of the brutal killing of George Floyd. It is unacceptable and it is unconscionable. Tony Hinchcliffe made a grotesque joke saying that George Floyd is looking up.
But she really started laughing though. I didn't even notice that part. The joke was so funny that she even had to laugh while she's talking shit about the joke. That's how you know when you got a bitch. Like, you can't even not laugh. You know that shit funny, you bitter ass, ugly bitch.
We have Netflix comedians making light of the brutal killing of George Floyd. It is unacceptable and it is unconscionable. Tony Hinchcliffe made a grotesque joke saying, saying that George Floyd is looking up at us, laughing, and he can't breathe. When I saw the clip online, it made me sick to my stomach. We are here to declare today that there needs to be accountability for Kevin Hart's Netflix roast.
So the people wanted accountability for the joke. Let me show you the joke.
You know, Kevin, they told me not to mention your kids on this roast, but I must say, you did good. They've gotten so big, they now buckle Kevin up in the car seat. It's true, he lost his gig hosting the Academy Awards because of some homophobic tweets, but you'd be homophobic too if you were eye level with everyone's cock. He got into a fist fight on a private plane, proof that no matter how much money black people have, they're still just gonna act like ninjas. Always fighting. Like Bill Cosby, Hart is a black comedian from Philadelphia, and like Bill Cosby, women don't know when Kevin is inside of them. You've done good though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe. God bless you, Kevin. God bless this room, and God bless the United States of America.
There it is. The infamous George Floyd joke that nearly destroyed the black community. I don't know if you guys know, it was like a comet went by. It almost obliterated the community. We barely made it.
I see a clip of a white comedian making a joke of George Floyd's death. It wasn't fun. It wasn't comedy. It was racist. But I thought that was the only joke of the Kevin Hart roast that people had a problem with. So I said, I'm going to need to address this, but I can wait. And then my phone continued to blow up. And I had brothers and sisters saying, Doc, this wasn't the only joke. It was dozens of disrespectful, insulting comedic material. It starts off with Shane Gillis. He's the host. I never heard of the devil, but I know who he is now. He starts out by saying, I want to thank Netflix for choosing me to co-host.
He brought notes.
This celebration of Black excellence. And when I heard that, I said, okay, that's an underhanded jab at Black excellence. He's basically trying to say, ain't nothing excellent about y'all. Y'all just a bunch of dumb niggas. That's what he was trying to say. Then Shane said, they told me to be racist. He said this, they told me to be racist. He said it on the mic. And listen to this joke from Shane Neanderthal Gillis. He said, Kevin's ancestors came to America on a slave ship and a bottle.
You know what's funnier than the joke is Umar Johnson telling the joke and being mad at the joke while he's telling it. Oh shit. Can you just imagine? And put the bottle, you just threw the bottle in the ocean. When that shit somehow landed on America's shores, and all of Kevin Hart's people just came out the ship in the bottle. Oh, and Umar Johnson was there looking like this the whole time.
Kevin's ancestors came to America in a slave ship and a bottle art. Obviously talking about him being small, but you making fun of our enslavement? the greatest crime in human history, even validated as such by the United Nations last month? Are you kidding? You're going to make fun about the enslavement of my ancestors and you're going to pass it off.
Wait a minute. Let me run that back a little bit. This is groundbreaking news.
Making fun of our enslavement, the greatest crime in human history, even validated as such by the United Nations last month? Or
do you mean to tell me that according to the United Nations, and you know how wonderful institution the United Nations is, but are you trying to tell me that according to the United Nations, Black Americans, or maybe just blacks in general, I gotta look into it. You gotta read the fine print. But are you saying that we are officially the biggest victims ever? That's kind of wild. I don't know if I want that title. Like, we are world recognized, like we are widely renowned. Like we done beat everybody, apparently. All the niggas in history. We done beat all of them, and we're the biggest victims. That's crazy. When did they have like a competition? I didn't even know.
Are you kidding? You're going to make fun about the enslavement of my ancestors and you're going to pass it off as comedy. Art, this was not comedy. This was a public execution of the honor, self-respect, and integrity of Black America, and we not going for it. Let me continue. Listen to this one, Art. Kevin's father was a California raisin, but he wasn't raising anybody. His dad was addicted to crack.
Bro, Umar Johnson really, like, you really that mad? He like wrote the jokes down so he could angrily recite them later on, bro. This nigga Umar on a new level. He don't let nothing go.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
My life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
And he left, and he abandoned him. But I guess that's better than being there for the filming of Jumanji 3. I'm telling you, Art, if I didn't see it myself, if I didn't see this myself, you couldn't have told me that these were the jokes that came out of white people's mouths on international television.
You know, for a nigga that like talks about racism and the white boogeyman and how long his people been held down and held back and held hostage and held up by the white man, you are really shocked when you found some racism. Like, the nigga's like, oh my God, they did a racism. Like, that's all you ever talk about is white people being racist and doing racisms. And you finally found, like, it's like the nigga found Bigfoot, y'all. It's like the nigga finally found Bigfoot. He's, oh my God, it's so big.
I didn't see this myself. You couldn't have told me that these were the jokes that came out of white people's mouths on international television while we were sitting right in front of their face. Let's continue.
Damn. You wanted to fight the TV, didn't you?
Here's another one. Now, Shane Gillis didn't say all these jokes, Art. Some of the other white comedians said them too when they got up to the podium. But most of them came from Shane's Neanderthal Gillis. Listen to this one. Kevin did well in Saudi Arabia because they thought he was the monkey from Aladdin.
How was that funny?
It ain't funny, Art. It ain't funny. This was not comedy, bro.
Damn. I would explain the details and the subtleties and the jabs at racism. And it's actually a play on other people being racist, not just the white people telling the joke themselves, but, you know, there's layers, there's levels to this racism shit. But if I did all that, it would just ruin the joke. And the joke wasn't even all that great anyway, but, you know, You win some, you lose some. You got to take your wins with your losses, right?
This was a get back for Drewski portraying Erica Kirk. Kevin did so well in Saudi Arabia because they thought he was the monkey from Aladdin. Here's another one. Listen to this one, Art. Kevin is so short, they will have to lynch him from a bonsai tree. Kevin is so short.
Damn. We can't even try to make lynching funny a little bit. I mean, you know, like, not that I ever want to actually do it. I'm just like, theoretically, you can't, there's no way to make a joke out of it. Like, come on, man. You're not even trying. Come on, like that wasn't funny. Come on, bro. This is how you get over things. You got to learn to laugh together. That bonsai tree is crazy. You know, a bonsai tree is only like inches tall, right?
They will have to lynch him from a bonsai tree. I got something I want to say.
Umar like, nope, not today. Umar like, Kunta, get the strap. It's time to start the revolution. They out here lynching little niggas again. Umar thought it was real.
Somebody said that Pastor Jamal Bryant came out, as he should, shout out to Pastor Jamal Bryant, and he rebuked Netflix for this comedy special. Several black people did, but I want Pastor Jamal Bryant to go one step further. Pastor Bryant, you know what you're going to do, sir? You're going to get with other black ministers around the country, and you guys are...
Niggas just love to give orders and tell people, this is what you're going to do. This is how you're going to save America, all right? You just do these things. Follow my 5-point plan, and this is how we get this done.
Going to draft a letter. All of you are going to sign it. That letter is going to go to Netflix, and you're going to tell Netflix, if anything like this ever happens again, there will be a national black boycott of Netflix. And not only are we going to boycott Netflix in America, we're going to...
I don't even think niggas watch Netflix like that. Niggas watch Tubi.
Ask our continental African brothers and sisters, our Australian African brothers and sisters, our Canadian African brothers and sisters, our European African brothers and sisters, our Caribbean African brothers and sisters, our Central and South American African...
You see, this is why I think niggas really like want a king. Especially the Umar type niggas, obviously. Like, you know, I don't want no goddamn king. But I think there's, a large portion, there's a huge percentage of the black population that kind of sort of like yearns for a great black king. You know, King Kunta. They need a king Negro. I mean, not that they do, but like they really want a king Negro to whip all you other coon ass Negroes back in line. Get this community growing again. And on some levels, I don't even think that's totally wrong. Because really, I hate to say this to you, but what if niggas need a little bit of pressure? I'm just saying, look, here's my argument. All right. Don't get me wrong. I know I say crazy things, but I'm going somewhere with this. And I come from a good place, right? We're going to end up in a good place, right? Back in the day, when people say it was all, oppressions and lynchings and all the bean things, it was horrible. It was messed up. Nobody wants that. But statistically speaking, going by the numbers, all right? Going by things like, family formation, educational attainment, the rate of small business startup and whatnot, right? Things like that. The generation that gave you the civil rights movement, they were actually like, that's the Black America that everybody looks back at with like, rose-colored glasses, like, you know, that's that era frozen in time, you know. And I'm just saying it, you know, it took some pressure to make them niggas. You know, what if we've been too soft on niggas? You know, since niggas are the number one victims, you know, being the number one victim, you get a lot of freebies, you get a lot of goodies, you know, you get a lot of special treatment. And what, you know, when you get a lot of freebies and goodies and special treatment, you know, it makes you kind of weak, makes you kind of soft. And I'm just saying, maybe, just maybe, niggas are too sensitive. Niggas a little bit too sensitive. Just maybe.
Brothers and sisters, to boycott Netflix. If Netflix ever disrespects Black people like this again, you will pay with your pocketbook. I need the Black pastors to send Netflix a letter, Art. I need the Congress.
Oh, see, this is the shit I'm talking about. Shout out to Red Illusion. You one of my favorite niggas in the chat, by the way. Says they can't take a joke, but they took whippings. Oh my God. Oh my God. What kind of nigga is you? You know, we used to be better than this. We used to be built different.
National Black Caucus to send Netflix a letter. I need the Divine Nine, Black fraternities and sororities to send Netflix a letter. I need the Urban League, the NAACP, and every grassroots Black organization, the Black Masons included. Send Netflix a letter.
Damn, not the Masons. You want to get the Masons in on it? It's crazy.
And tell them.
Umar probably won anyway.
If this ever happens again, Netflix will be canceled by the Black African race. You are not going to play in our face as you benefit from our pain. You are not going to play in Black people's face as you benefit from our pain.
He really want to be the King Negro. That's what really all this pro-blackery kind of boils down to. It's like, you know, Negro Highlander syndrome. There can be only one king of the Negroes, and he is him. But like I said, niggas are way too sensitive, man. This one joke, it almost destroyed us. We are lucky to have made it. We are lucky to be here today. That one joke almost obliterated Black America, and I'm thankful to be here.
I made it out of motherfucking Inglewood alive. But I'm glad that Shane, your motherfucking ass, stopped that wigger. Because had you said anything that sound bigger, trigger, or anything that sound like nigga, you wouldn't have made it out of motherfucking Inglewood alive. You don't know where the fuck.
Are those jokes are like direct threats of physical violence? You know, as a student of the comedic arts, you know, even I get confused from time to time about the nature of comedy and whatnot and so forth. But this one got me confused. Was that a joke, or was that just a direct threat of physical violence, y'all?
You are. You will respect us in this house. This is the fucking forum. Bill.
I thought you were supposed to be telling jokes. Like, I thought this was supposed to be comedy.
By the Showtime Lakers.
No, I mean, not for nothing. 80% of the time, an overweight Black woman with a lot of hair yelling and screaming in public, it's funny on some level, but this wasn't hitting for me. Wrong time, wrong place, you know?
Made it out of motherfucking Inglewood alive.
But yeah. You understand the build up to the moment we're in now. So let's kick it off from the latest turn of the drama. Kevin Hart, after all of the media, all the online backlash, all the Negro commentary, your boy Kev came online and he on the Breakfast Club looking like this, y'all. This how your boy Kevin gotta be looking on the Breakfast Club. Like, me, nigga, you gonna do this shit to me, nigga? Out of anybody, you gonna come at me like me, nigga? This is Kevin Hart, nigga. You gonna come at me like that? He was up on the Breakfast Club, standing on his little toes, 10 little toes down, and he was like, defending comedy and whatnot. But I think it's like interesting that he even had to come and address the whole thing. Like, it's like he had to put a fire out. And that's kind of what it felt like to me. Like, he was there to put fires out.
Yeah, the George Floyd joke, it wasn't a tasteful joke to our culture, to our audience, but our audience that's watching the roast, if you're watching the roast, you get why they're doing it. You get why the racial humor is on the table. Like, it's not, I wasn't shocked. Like, that's what they do. Go look at the Tom Brady one. Like, that's what they do. It happens every year when they do a roast. It's not new. This isn't it's not a new agenda. It's not a new approach to comedy.
Do you feel like Tony Hinchcliffe went too far when he made that joke about George Floyd?
It's Tony Hinchcliffe.
Yeah.
Like, I don't expect less. I don't expect more.
I feel like you're saying going too far is the point. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yes, I mean, that's why you're there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what kills me about this whole thing? There's always a lot of hypocrisy coming from Black America when these racial issues kind of come up to the surface. Like, there's always, a lot of finger pointing, but never any level of self-examination. Because I guarantee you, a lot of the people that are offended about this joke going too far, I bet you none of those very same people were like laughing at the Charlie Kirk jokes and sharing memes and doing a little neck thing and all that, like pointing out their neck, like people have a lot of spite when they really want to let it out. And I think a lot of these people who now claim to be so offended were most likely doing the exact same type of thing that they claim to be so offended by, right? Because, like I said, always doing the accusing, but never any like analysis, right?
And I hate to say this, but I'm going to, because we're being honest. People are talking about that joke. Talk about his set. Tony Hinchcliffe arguably had the best set, or one of the best sets, between Tony and Cheryl. And I would say Naeem had a really strong set.
Naeem had a very strong set. I was laughing out loud at Tony until that.
Until the joke.
But not even just that joke. I don't like when people joke about violent, tragic death. I like Pete's set, and then I was like, why you had to say anything about Charlie Kirk?
Pete had a great set too. Pete had a Charlie Kirk joke in there. Like, would I tell those jokes? No. But do I get why they're being told? Mm-hmm. Yes. Like, I'm not looking at Pete crazy. I'm not looking at Tony crazy. Like,
no, notice there was a Charlie Kirk joke told, and nobody's like chimping out over Charlie, right?
That's what I know what you're going to do. I know your style of comedy.
Did you see the interview that I did with Terrence Floyd, George Floyd's brother?
No.
So he said,
no shot to you.
No, okay. that's look.
I'm never watching that.
That's fine.
I just want to be clear. I'm never watching that. Like,
I only brought it up.
Even now that you told me, I'm not going to go back and go look at that interview.
Because he's a fan.
But I just want to make it clear so you understand what I do with my time. Like, I'm never doing that. Okay, go ahead.
I just asked because he's a fan of you. Mm-hmm. He saw the joke and it picked up pretty big. So I didn't know if you saw it, but he basically said, like, as a fan of you and knowing that you came to the funeral to support his family, even though it's a roast and Tony, that's what he does, they expected you to kind of be the person that would like stop it right in the moment or just not allow for certain things to happen.
And he also said he wanted you to come harder. He said if they're going to joke, why you ain't come harder with your own jokes?
All right,
racist jokes, I guess.
This is actually a good thing to give a rebuttal to.
See, then
they talked about my dead mom and my dead dad.
Yeah. What's more hurtful? Jokes about your dead parents or jokes of, about some racial hot button topic? That actually is a great point. Like, you really think the race part is the worst thing that they actually said to me that night? And not for nothing. What do you want from him, knowing the tradition of Hollywood roast and how over like the last decade or two, like, and maybe it's always been like that, just comedy in general has gotten a lot more like vulgar in the modern day. But like the whole point is to kind of race to the bottom. And then when you hit the bottom, go a little bit deeper. And he's got to just like sit there and laugh at it the whole time, you know, because it's comedy and that's their thing. It's like comedy tradition. You know, it's almost like a hazing type of ritual. And now basically if he gets up and chimps out in the middle of the hazing ritual, it's like he's, you know, he a bitch ass nigga, you know, literally.
Said that they were running a train on my mom in
That was
heaven,
hilarious.
right?
It was
Oh,
the
that
double
was
entendre.
crazy.
The
Yeah,
double
that was
entendre was
Regina
hilarious.
killed that.
Right?
Yes,
Oh
that
wait,
was
that's
great.
right. You probably should say killed that.
The jokes about Kevin was on a slave ship in a bottle with like the ship in the bottle. Like, I'm going to appreciate humor. I don't get affected by the attempt of humor. I get it, right? In this case, like, do more. It's my production. We're live. The more is what? Like, what is it that you expect me? You want me to take a live production and stand up and fight Tony or have a reaction? Like, Tony told a joke. It wasn't a tasteful joke to us. We didn't like it.
And that's really what they want, right? And it's terrible. It's terrible when you think about it, but that's kind of what people want. Like, you're supposed to get up and flip a table, throw champagne bottles, get dragged out by security, have your security fight their security. That's how you prove that you're Black and you care about the community. That's how you show you're a real Black man. It's crazy, but that's the rules. Those are the rules, all right?
Okay. Hey, man, fuck that joke. We move on. I don't understand why we stand on a hill and it becomes like this big thing of like, oh, man, the motherfuckers, they do this and they're attacking the culture. It doesn't have to be that. It literally is either you're a fan of this level of content or you're not. And if you're not a fan, then you don't watch it. So my last note for all attached to this is very simple, okay? Whatever the headlines or whatever the dialogue is, my rebuttal is simplicity. Remove me from it. I didn't say it. If you are upset that the night went on, that's a different conversation. It's nothing I can do. It's a production.
Okay. I don't understand what they wanted from Kevin anyway. That's kind of the crazy point. Like, why is it his problem? It's like, it's because he's Black, right? It's literally because he's Black. It's fucking crazy. Now that I thought, it just hit me. It really just hit me. It's like, holy shit, it's because he's Black. Just, you know, you gotta be a blame. You know, they need a nigga to blame. You're a nigga. Hey, there you go. It's because he's Black.
It's a live production. I'm not compromising the live production for a reaction of what? What do you want me to do? I'm supposed to drag him off? You want me to fight afterwards? You want me to turn it into like what? That's not what I agreed to do. That's not the job at hand. The job at hand was to produce a successful roast, which I did. I also got the rebuttal. I also got to say shit at the end. What are we dealing with here? I'll say it again. Stop talking as if I said it. Mm-hmm. So when you say the family and the family's affected, I didn't disrespect the family. Showed up for the family when it happened. Made sure that the family felt supported. Made sure that all things there were actually cool. Behind the scenes, just as an example, you know the one person that I talked to, and I'm not even going to tell you the conversation, Stephen Jackson.
Oh, shit. You know what? We're going to get to Stephen Jackson in a minute. But I want to show you some of the family, how the family has been doing in the years after George Floyd was taken from us. It was too soon, y'all. It was too soon. He should be with us here today, chasing fentanyl. But it was too soon. They just took him from us. It was terrible. But here's the brother. Here's George Floyd's brother.
Mr. Floyd is here. And as I'm checking out this piece, what do we got here? We got the face of a lion. And what's going on? Talk to me.
Well, we went to Jack Yates High School. And This is my brother George Floyd. So we got half of a lion and half of him because he was one of the star athletes that ever attended Jack Yates High School. And that's right there.
They made him Diamond Lion Floyd. I don't even know if this is its final form, but we finally got Diamond Lion Floyd, all right? They made George Floyd out of diamonds and a lion because he was the king. The nigga, he's the king of the black spiritual jungle now, all right? May he forever rest in peace. Said the Floyds are living like their kid made it to the NBA. You know what? Low key, and this is what this is one of the most fascinating things about modern black culture. Niggas are really sacrificial, right? And you know, as a man, you know, especially as a father, I gotta, you know, I feel like Lawrence Fishburne and Boys in the Hood, you know, you gotta keep your son from being one of these sacrificial niggas, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's a real thing, you know, my baby got shot by the police, we gonna sue, right? My baby got beat up in jail, we gonna sue, you know? My brother got choked out by the racist police. I want $40 million. Like, ultimately, it's a type of sacrificial environment. I'm not even going to tell you that it's perfectly like intentional, although there probably is some level of that. Intent might not even be the right word, but like a passive acceptance, you know? And it's like, I just can't imagine becoming a sacrifice for the community, you know?
On the third ward where we come from.
From the third ward.
Right.
What about you? You was a star athlete yourself?
You know, I was all right. I was the best.
What does it say on the back of it?
It says the truth is just like a lion.
The truth is just like a lion.
You don't have to defend it. It will defend itself.
Mr. Floyd is.
Look how proud he is of his golden lion head George Floyd pendant. Look how happy he is. Is he better off without Floyd, y'all? I hate to be that guy. I hate to be that way, but you know, we have to ask the tough questions. You know what I mean? We got to look fate right in the eye. Is he better off without Floyd? Remember what I told you about the sacrificial nature of the community. Gave life, paid the price. Like, is he better off now? You couldn't have all of these things. You probably be a bum-ass nigga doing nothing with nobody. Now look at you. Motherfuckers want to know how you been, what you got on. They just want you to smile for the camera. You know, you gonna make their Instagram pop. Hey, I talked to George Floyd brother the other day. Yeah, that nigga was shining. You should have seen his lion-headed George Floyd pendant. The nigga, he's like a mini low-tier black celebrity now. And all he had to do was lose a brother. And is that really all that much anyway? I mean, like, niggas do get shot every day, B, right? Like, that never stopped being a type of thing. And, like, the question now becomes, you know, like, is he better off post-Floyd? It's crazy. It's crazy, but we got to ask the tough questions. Showing his teeth and everything. The nigga showing all 32 teeth. God damn it, the nigga look happy. He happy. The nigga shining. Got the fresh baldy. Got the designer glasses on. Would have never had all of this stuff if your brother was alive. Y'all have been in the car. You'd have been in the backseat of a Nissan Altima sniffing fentanyl. It's crazy. It's crazy what the death of one nigga, all you had to do is lose a brother. It's crazy, right? You tell me You tell me if the sacrificial Negro really is not a thing. I'm telling you, it's real. It's real. I know it hurts. It was sad when he died, but damn it, I'm shining now. All right. No pain, no gain on a nigga. I'm trying to tell you.
Nah, so I knew y'all was gonna come in because I know y'all wanted, I'm gonna give it to y'all real. So Kev did reach out to me. I've been knowing Kev a long time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been knowing Kev a long time. And it kind of came off as he made it sound like I agreed with the bullshit. I agreed with the bullshit of the roast. No, I did not. I didn't agree with the joke. When he called me, he was basically calling me out of respect as friends. And basically, I cut him off. I know what a roast is. I understand what a roast is. I watch him. I love him.
I've been playing basketball all my life. I know what comedy is, nigga. I've been practicing free throws and layups and slam dunks my whole life, nigga. I know what a joke is.
Watch him. I love comedy. I love Kevin. I'm a fan of Kevin. That's my homeboy. I've been knowing him a long time. But the only thing I wanted to express to Kev was it's a lot of people like me that's under the old law that I would never laugh at no joke about dead people. Anytime somebody demeans the dead, it turns my stomach because it's the lowest thing you can do. When they made the jokes about his family, that shit wasn't funny to me either, because it shows that you're not as talented as you are when you got to pick on people that can't defend themselves, right? So for me, I just let him know that
it is the nature of comedy itself to attempt to extract humor from the humorless by definition, right? Like that is what the essence of comedy is to just make something funny. This is why we were talking about like the lynching thing earlier. Like the idea of taking an event that's, emotionally weighted and historically, like, it's traumatic, has a lot of racial baggage to it. We all get taught about it and get shamed and guilted to death over it while we're young and in school, right? It's just this really hot button sensitive issue. But Kevin Hart is so fucking little, right? Like, and the idea that you can find a way to connect these two things and make a joke out of it, like that's like reaching Mount Olympus in the comedic world, right? Like I've literally, I'm like Prometheus, you know what I'm saying? I've discovered fire for the first time and I've stolen it from the gods, you know what I mean? Like that's the heart of the mission. And then you just got a lot of angry niggas on the side of it too.
He just had to understand that ain't everybody's flavor. Everybody don't laugh at that shit because some of us still have morals. I still say yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I still open doors for people. You know what I'm saying? I still respect my elders. So joking on anybody, Charlie Kirk, anybody. And Charlie Kirk talked about George Floyd. But I would never laugh at somebody talking about somebody that got killed or somebody that's not here, bro. So demeaning the dead at any point, at any time.
Now, Charlie didn't joke about George, all right? He only talked about him. It's totally different.
It's never funny to me, regardless who it is. You know what I'm saying? And I had to let him know that. Am I mad at him? No, I ain't mad at him. He didn't say it. I sent a DM to the motherfucker who said it, directed dead at him. Kevin didn't say it. I understand business. I understand what he had going on. I didn't expect Kev to jump up there and say, no.
I'm really curious. I would love to read the DM that you sent to like Tony Hinchcliffe or whatever. Like, I wonder how that reads, you know. Dear Tony, my name is Steven. I am a black man. You might know me from some of my many basketball games that I used to play for a couple of teams in the NBA. The reason why I am writing you now, Tony, Like, ain't that feels like kind of a bitch nigga move though, no lie. Like, you wrote the nigga a letter, bro. You wrote him a letter. I am very disappointed. Excuse me. You had to verbalize. No, you had to take all of your emotions and write them down. So the nigga can like leave that shit unopened. Nigga probably sat there and crafted it, like he thought about it. It was well crafted. Nigga asked his assistant, "Hey, what you think about this line right here?" And the assistant was like, "See, now, like what I would do, I wouldn't say that word. I would say a word like aggrieved, okay? Aggrieved is probably the type of word that you want to use in this situation because it sounds like, you know, like you did something to me, but I'm not a victim. You know what I'm saying? That's why you want to use the word aggrieved. You know, I bet you they were having conversations like that while he was trying to formulate a written response to Tony Hinchcliffe. Like it was a team effort. I'm telling you, it was a team effort. They sent the nigga to go buy this buy a thesaurus so they can come up with other words beside aggrieved and shit. It was a whole team effort, bro. Like, I really got to read this letter that you sent to Tony Hinchcliffe, bro. Like, ooh, I'm so mad. Like, what could you really tell a nigga? Like, 'cause I can't imagine anything you say to the nigga that's not gonna come off as kind of funny. Like, and then, you know, he's a comedian. This is probably like some of the best ammunition that the nigga is gonna be too good to use, bro. Because, like, what could you possibly write to the nigga? You know, as a black man, I am very offended by the jokes that you told and the words that you choose to use at your show. You're gonna sound like Bill fucking Cosby. Like, anything you say, you're gonna sound like Bill Cosby, bro. Like, goddamn, I really would love to read this fucking DM. Like, what could you possibly tell this man that's not gonna make you look some type of way, bro?
I don't expect people to take up for me. You know what I'm saying? That's just not realistic. You gotta be grown, you gotta be realistic. I understand he was.
Yeah, bro. Dear Mr. Hinchcliffe, I am writing to tell you that you have hurt me. You have injured me deeply, my good sir. Like, what are you really in this? Like, of all the shit that's in this nigga DMs, you got to go be there too. Like, this shit's crazy, bro. The things niggas do never cease to amaze me.
At a roast, so that wasn't Kevin Place to jump up there and say, no, you can't say that. They said all kind of shit, bro. But my hate is directed strictly at who said it. Kev, my boy, get your money, Kev. I'm glad you was number one, all that shit, bro. I ain't mad at Kev. And I appreciate him calling me. You know what I'm saying? Because if Gianna ever called me for an explanation or why, I want to have an explanation. So that's my only thing. I ain't mad at him. I ain't doing all the other shit. Like, I'm speaking for me, too. I'm speaking for me. I don't speak for Georgie family. I don't speak for them because I don't know. I don't really know none of them. You know what I'm saying? I met some of them during this time, but I really don't know none of them. The only person I know that's...
You know what's crazy? And then, you know, I'm just kind of thinking about stuff like just, you know, random tangents and shit, but like he's kind of like, and not just him, but almost everybody, like Kevin Hart, he's like, yeah, I showed up for the family. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's almost like Black America low-key adopted the Floyd family. It's fascinating. Like they just kind of like, you know, especially like, you know, a certain class of Black celebrity, if you ask them, oh, what did you do for George Floyd? Oh, yeah, I was there for the family. You know, I supported them. I showed up. I went to a march. You know, they probably pull out a picture or some shit to prove, you know, I was there for them. It's like they became the adopted family of the entire Black American, like, group.
Ken and him is Woo and his sisters. And y'all don't know his sisters. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? They really out there. They really in the streets. And I love them to death. That's the ones I know. So, you know what I'm saying? Nah, it's just, I don't do shit for clout. I ain't get out there and jump and say Kevin Hart name. I ain't do all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? I directed it straight at the nigga who said the joke, point blank. And if they joke on somebody, my worst enemy, if I see somebody, which I don't have no enemies, but if I had an enemy and somebody joked on somebody dead in his family, I wouldn't co-sign that because I'm too solid. I don't.
All right, so clearly the nigga upset. All right, I don't know what else you're gonna tell me that you couldn't write in a letter and slip it into a nigga DM, right? Sliding into a nigga DM because he said some shit that you don't like is questionable, but whatever, nigga. It's 2026. Niggas are doing all kind of amazing things, right? I'm just gonna go with it. That's how niggas choose to operate these days. It's whatever, bro. But let me round this off with a trip to the Joe Budden podcast.
Inside the comedy world and outside, appreciate a really great racist joke.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. However, if you miss or
I'm gonna come off and say this, man. I feel like Joe Budden kind of takes like, I don't know. I just do not like Joe Budden's opinions on shit. Back in the day, I used to like Joe Budden as a rapper, but like, I'm just not a big fan of the podcast per se. But sometimes it's like, takes really milquetoast positions. I'll put it that way. When certain issues come up, he's like, "Hey, you know what? I'm good. I'm not talking about it." Or it's just like, I'm going to say the blandest shit I can think of.
it don't connect the way that you thought it would, then yeah, you're going to have to deal with some people being offended over the shit that you said.
And when you start talking about somebody that lost their life and all the civil unrest and all of those things that transpired after that, it's just a bad, tasteless joke.
But again, I'm not talking about Tony right now because Tony is white and can think whatever he wants. He come from that Roganite sphere that I agree with Chelsea and what she said. I have no conversation for him or the likes of people that think like him. My conversation is back to Kevin Hart.
Oh, we got to hold Kevin accountable. You know what's crazy? Niggas have come a long way. You are now responsible for the white man. It's like a promotion.
This is a black man. This is black excellence. One of the biggest comedians that we have. And for him it ain't so much about the joke and who was offended and who wasn't, but for Kevin Hart to gaslight people, because that's what he's doing. For him to say, "Oh, I don't understand why people are offended.
Oh, I see.
It was just a joke. It's overblown. He had one of the best sets." The people that are offended don't give a fuck that he had one of the best sets, Kevin. And if anybody's supposed to understand that, it's you. But Kevin Hart sound like
Does being offended automatically mean you matter? It's a new thing I've been noticing. I've been talking about this for a little while, like this concept, the morality of victimhood. The fact that I am offended, that I'm hurt, that I've been aggrieved in some type of way now gives me a type of morality that I can stand on slightly higher, but still above you. And that's kind of what I think a lot of people, especially like in this moment, a lot of black folk are standing on this morality of victimhood where it's like, you said something that hurt me, that means I'm automatically right. Like, just because you're hurt doesn't mean anybody should care.
some of those accusations are being cooned out, may or may not be true sometimes, depending on what room he is. Two, he sound like he just got entirely too much money to even think about any of this shit. He just sound like a nigga that's too rich and too up and too wealthy, and you got to play certain games when you are at that level.
That the higher up you go, the more disconnected you are, and the more you start playing the game up there. Thinking on the macro.
That's what I think he's missing the point too. I mean, like, I agree with everything y'all said.
I mean, that happens.
If that joke were the outlier, I don't think we'd be having this conversation. Most people who are upset about that joke are upset because they see that joke as an extreme symptom of the bigger issue throughout the whole thing, which was a bunch of white writers getting racism off through jokes throughout the entire show.
Oh my God. A bunch of white writers had a chance to finally let loose and tell racist jokes. Oh my God. It was almost like 9/11 all over again. And they were just dropping N-bombs and telling it was horrible. It was tragic. It was Negro Shima. God damn it, I'm telling you, it was Negro Shima.
Can a nigga live Can a nigga live, please?
See, and that's the part about Kevin Hart that I would love to be able to champion. We saw homie from I think Michael Che from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. He posted the picture of the writers.
Yeah.
So the Kevin Hart that I'd like to imagine is your roast. You could put a black writer in there.
Right.
I mean, I say all the time.
All white writers? Yes.
Yeah,
I didn't
they
see
were.
the picture.
Yeah, they were.
That's what I'm saying. It's like that's a lot of them racist jokes don't hit different when you realize there's a bunch of white men in the background getting their racism off.
Especially when he just went on to say, hey, that roast was produced by my company.
Right.
Well, everything that he does, and we'll get into that clip in a minute.
Does the racism hit different when it's pure white? It's like cocaine, you know? Some people can't really take raw, uncut, straight up, you know, Colombian cocaine, right? They need that stepped on shit. They need that shit that's been washed down and smuggled across the border up a goat's ass. Like they're not able to handle pure, raw, uncut racism from a, you know, nothing but white group. Like it's like they need to cut that racism with a dark-skinned short nigga. If you would have had a little fake Kevin Hart in the writer's room to cut that racism a little bit, we gotta throw some type of, you know, some vitamins or something, some mineral. We gotta add something to us. We gotta cut this pure white racism just a little bit. It's too much. It's too much. This coke is gonna kill niggas. This pure white racist coke is gonna kill niggas.
Is produced by his company because that's just the way that the business goes now.
No, I'm just saying it's different. If I have my company has nothing to do with that, I just show up. Totally different on that side. But I'm like, your company is the producer of this, so you got a little bit of input into at least the writing room,
right?
Yeah, I'm with you.
I say all the time that, you know what? Because black people always rush to throw the racism card out, and sometimes it don't be racism. Sometimes a white person just really don't know or is totally tone deaf. And I say all the time that just asking a black person would save so much shit.
What if it's not even that? What if it's not racism? What if Tony's not tone deaf? What if he's just really good at telling jokes about black people? Like really, like think about it. Because not everybody, you know, either you're slinging crack rock or you got a wicked jump shot. Like, but there are other skills. You know, he's white. He's got a wide variety of skills he could attain, right? And so, what if Tony is just really like preternaturally, like what if it's like his X-Men mutant superpower? He's just really good at telling jokes about black people. Because I think it's unfair to just be like, oh, well, he's racist, or oh, well, no, he's stupid. Like, no, what if it's neither? What if he's just gifted? What if he's just got it like that? He's just gifted. Like nobody else can make niggas mad like Tony can. Like what if he been getting chased by niggas his whole life because he's just, you know, he knows the right shit to say. And he's finally found a way to make money out of it, right? Like it's finally paid off for him.
Somebody had to do it. I am the chosen one. Somebody had to do it.
I'm just like, it's possible, you know, because people be having all kind of skills and talents. You know what I mean? I know what it's like to make niggas mad. And what if Tony's like his white superpower is making niggas mad? I think it's possible. Tony makes niggas mad, and like, hey, man, you just gotta live with it.
You know, Kevin, they told me not to mention your kids on this roast, but I must say, you did good. They've gotten so big, they now buckle Kevin up in the car seat. It's true, he lost his gig hosting the Academy Awards because of some homophobic tweets, but you'd be homophobic too if you were eye level with everyone's cock. He got into a fist fight on a private plane, proof that no matter how much money black people have, they're still just gonna act like ninjas. Always fighting. Like Bill Cosby, Hart is a black comedian from Philadelphia, and like Bill Cosby, women don't know when Kevin is inside of them. You've done good though, Kevin. The black community is so proud of you. Right now, George Floyd is looking up at us all, laughing so hard that he can't breathe.
Damn, so he thinks George is in hell too, by the way. You know, that joke had layers of offense to it. You know, in Tony's white world, George is in hell looking up, because if you was like in heaven, you'd be looking down and it'd be totally different. But, you know, anyway, appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you for coming through. Hit the like button. We're going to get out of here. We're keeping it high and tight tonight. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you can, please do support the show on Venmo at The Hoodservative. Thank you all for watching. I got to get up out of here. I'll be back later with another one.
Aspiring to be patriarchs like what white men have, that isn't freedom. That isn't going to help anybody. It's certainly not going to help Black people.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.